Look, thanks very much. It's over to me now to stand between you and some drinks and nibbles. We started the day setting about building a bridge. I feel like we've got some pylons. We're waiting for the suspended cables. We'll need the engineers to work out exactly what the bridge structure is going to be. But I think I've just been jotting down some notes through the day of the kind of the things that struck me as we went through. First of all, I have to confess I was pleasantly surprised by what the Minister had to offer this morning. We've been looking for support from the government for biogas, and I think we've got it. Quite publicly, she signalled government support, willingness to remove barriers, willingness to work with the industry together, some specific actions on amending the Commerce Act about gas, MB and MFE working together on diverting organic waste to energy, and EECA doing some feedstock mapping. So I really feel like there's something concrete there and some clear steps to move forward, and especially that recognition that there is a place for biogas in our energy future and our waste future. So I was really happy. We heard from Charlotte Morton and Ben Gerritsen giving us an overview of where things are at globally and in New Zealand, highlighting the potentials and gaps. We heard from Elzbieta giving us our 101 on what anaerobic digestion is and isn't in biogas and how it works. I will remember the cow and the tractor together. Whenever I look at a cow and tractor now, I'll know that we are talking about a cow. Richard Bartlett gave us a broad overview of anaerobic digestion economics and the layer cake of revenue streams that you can build up with biomethane that you can't get with natural gas coming out of the ground, and an overview of those various support mechanisms that other countries benefit from that we are going to have to grow here, at least some of them. After lunch, Michael Baker invited us all to go and visit his photo ball in Australia, so we'll all be going over there quite soon. But he did note, again, the extent of those feed-in tariffs and tax incentives in other places that have kicked off the market everywhere else, except here at Ecogas, and a question of how New Zealand can move ahead in that direction. Then we had a great panel discussion, I thought, about quick wins from the already existing biogas. There were some really clear, concrete calls for guidance for councils and some actions, hierarchy of energy use, and alerting people to the different sources of fundings that are available. I think there are some clear actions that we can take out of that and work with you going forward to try and make some of those a reality. We then had a dive into carbon intensity work from biomethane, what that means, the whole of systems approach to considering things outside your immediate scope when you're considering different ways of managing organic waste streams, and the difference that can make to how you think about what is the right proposal to go forward with in waste management. We heard from the World Biogas Association about their AD certification scheme and how the New Zealand scheme will be similar life cycle analysis that matches in with that, and how having that certification again can add value to those renewable gas certificates and ensure that we have a high standard and high reputation for the industry going forward. Then we had our final panel discussion. Huge range of interesting topics discussed there. Fonterra telling us they want our 10-year contract, so go and talk to Jack. Ecogas explaining the challenges and the opportunities of actually making it work in practice, which is really quite mind-blowing that they've achieved what they've done when you hear about the challenges of making it happen. Nova explaining, where we are and how the market, how the industrial segment is really looking for that high quality biogas and the certificates that go with it. Auckland Council challenging us to think of different ways about contracting for our waste, and TNG telling us about the surprising value of carbon dioxide to their business. I never would have guessed that it was that important, but there's surely a real opportunity. Look, all in all, there's a lot of really interesting things that came out of today. I hope you all got the same excitement and level of interest as I did from today. There's a lot more still to come tomorrow. as we move on to thinking how we're going to scale the industry from what we've talked about so far to really moving well beyond that. So before we close for the day and move into our networking event, I'd like to invite Charlotte up on stage. She has an important little announcement to make.
Well, thank you, Jeffrey, and I do, and I'm really delighted actually to have the opportunity to be here with you today, quite apart from the reasons which we've discussed at length today. But last week we had the World Biogas Association Summit and Expo, and in the evening the AD and Biogas Industry Awards. We had a very special award this time, a Lifetime Achievement Award, which has been awarded to Brian Cox. So just... I can't obviously summarise everything Brian's done in his lifetime, but I just thought I'd highlight a few things, starting from 3 decades of advancing renewable energy here in New Zealand, including 18 years as the Chief Executive of Bioenergy New Zealand. During that time, he led the development of the New Zealand Bioenergy Strategy in 2010, which became integral to the country's overall energy strategy. He's authored, as I'm sure you know, numerous pivotal technical publications and fed into others, including some of ours, and more recently led the development of the Digestate Fertiliser Producer Accreditation Scheme, which is really important in terms of turning digestate into a valuable product. And I think I was particularly touched by the reference to Brian's mentorship of many people throughout his time. And the person who came to collect the award from New Zealand, and I can't remember if that person is here now, tonight, apparently not, but he could not emphasize enough how important Brian has been to him, and that was obviously the case to many people. Guiding and inspiring many people during your lifetime. So I think all I can say is, having witnessed Brian participating in our National Association Roundtable quarterly in the middle of the night without fail, Brian's dedication to this sector is patently obvious. So I am really delighted to have brought, and it's very heavy, so I'm glad I don't have to bring it back, this Lifetime Achievement Award to Brian Cox. Thank you.
Well, thank you, and thank you, Charlotte. And it's nice of you to bring it all the way from Birmingham. And we had Andrew Fisher from EcoGas, who was getting the EcoGas award at the event, and he was also able to speak. But I understand he also was able to speak about what we, as a total team, have been achieving in New Zealand. And the Bioenergy Association has been going 25 years this month, and in that 25 years that it's struggled most of the time to the, I would say, the pinnacle when we have the minister, finally, stepping up and saying biogas is important, bioenergy is important, and we actually want to help you. When government says you want to help you, it's normally not necessarily something that we celebrate. But in this case, I believe that the Minister is actually true. And I think that the work that has been going into helping him get to this position from ECA is really good. I would like to say that I've got this award, but it actually reflects the work of a lot of people. Some of the people have been there the whole 25 years and have taken the association through. We're a very small organisation. We have 130 members, but we have 250 followers. The followers don't pay any money. They're the free riders. And the point that I would like to make is that, yes, we do have to have people who will step forward and be a leader to try and push the vision, establish what the vision is. But what more important is that if we had everyone here in this room actually pushing in the same direction, we would make the change very fast and we would make a huge difference. In the last year, we've made so many different changes. I say to people, if your information's more than 9 months old, it's out of date. And what's happening today, what people are approaching, same companies, same people, are doing things quite differently. Now, part of that in the gas area is because the fossil gas people come on board. We've now got a sector that's demand-driven. And we've got people here who want to make it happen. And we get people like the group who put this event together, led by David and Elzbieta, is that that's something that, if we can continue that along, I would think that we can succeed very quickly. We know what the challenge is, we know what the target is, we know what people want, we know how to do it. We don't need a lot of research, we need application. And so it's not just a plug to join the Bioenergy Association, but that would be really great, then we'd have some money to do things. However, more importantly is the actions from everyone in this room to take our role. And as we've heard, is that from all of our different speakers, there are different things that different companies are doing which are making a huge difference. And it is really exciting, I believe, to be involved in this sector at the moment, and especially if we do have a government that actually wants us. So I'd like to thank Charlotte and the awards team for this award. So thank you.
Thank you, Brian, and thank you all. And so now we have the final opportunity to thank our sponsors very much for making this possible. Of course, PowerCo, our principal sponsor, and Claris, all of our other sponsors. The sponsor for our drinks that you're about to have now is Worley, so you can thank Nick as we go out there. Please go and enjoy yourselves. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. sharp. We'll be starting on the dot.